Thank you for joining us. My name is Mayor Brian Treece, and how often have you heard politicians say, this election is the most important of our lifetime? Now that's usually because the politician saying it is actually on the ballot, but take it from someone who's not running for election in November. Every election is the most important one of our life. Now, during this pandemic, voting is going to look a little bit different this year. Just like some of the events that we've looked forward to over the last 6 months are not happening like we expected. But our republic, our very democracy, relies upon public confidence in our electoral system. Here in Boone County, thanks to the leadership of County Clerk Brianna Lennon, we have 3 great options for voters. We have in-person absentee, voting by mail, and voting at your polling place.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm very glad that you joined us here to make sure that every resident of Boone County that's registered, and if you are not registered, you can still register. Registration ends really that first week in October. We'll be ready to vote and make whatever decision they want to as they vote. If you're not going to vote in person, you're not going to take it, you don't meet the requirements for an absentee ballot, you may go ahead and request a mail-in ballot. The mail-in ballot is entirely new to Missouri, and I know it's a little confusing because some absentee ballots get mailed back, but the mail-in ballot does not require an excuse. It is available to any registered voter in the state of Missouri, and I will mention again, it's not too late to get registered. If you aren't registered, you can go ahead and do that. You can do that online at the Secretary of State's website, sos.mo.gov or govotemissouri.com. If you request a mail-in ballot, that ballot, you can request that in person or you can send in your request by mail. However you do it, that ballot must be mailed to the address that the election authority has on file. Then I would request that you quickly fill it out, take your time voting how you want, but don't delay, don't procrastinate. It's not a high school term paper. Get it done quickly. Then all mail-in ballots need to be notarized. The Secretary of State, all of our offices are providing notarizations for free, and we have a list on our website of notaries across the state that have agreed to notarize mail-in ballots as well as absentee ballots for free for voters. We see a lot of libraries are doing that. A lot of local election authorities are doing that also. And of course, people may bank at a bank that will do that for them, but that's up to them. Make sure you notarize that and then send it back. Although the post office has said you should make sure you leave 6 to 7 days for it to get back. Since June, we have been saying that voters should leave at least 2 weeks. We did have at least one lady in the St. Louis area, and I know St. Louis isn't Columbia. It's not as, I'm sure you would say it's not run as well. But in the St. Louis area, a ballot was mailed in St. Louis to the St. Louis Board of Elections, and it took 2 weeks. So we request that everyone that's going to be mailing that ballot back do that with at least 2 weeks to spare to make sure that that ballot counts. In Missouri, most absentee ballots are not postmarked. In Missouri, the state pays for the postage to return that absentee ballot. It's a postage reply envelope with a little stamp in the, or not the stamp that you apply, but it's already printed on the envelope. Because of that, most ballots are not postmarked. So Missouri goes by a received on date, and your ballot must be received by the election authority by 7 p.m. on the date of the election.
Let me actually try to enhance public confidence about mail-in voting. I've had several conversations with Columbia's postmaster, Bart Green. You all should reach out to him. I think he has gone above and beyond what is required to prioritize November ballots with a well-developed, well-communicated plan with the Boone County Clerk to make sure that whether those ballots are collected at the carrier route or in the blue box at the drop-off center at the Central Post Office, that those are collected and given the highest priority with an open door policy by the county clerk's office to come in and get those ballots every single day. And I think as we continue to get closer to that election, I think that will accelerate maybe even to multiple drop-offs per day to make sure that those ballots are in the hands of the county clerk as soon as possible. I think the county clerk's ballot tracker program that sends the voter an email when that ballot is received is an extra vote of confidence. I think what's important is to not use absentee ballots and mail-in ballots interchangeably. And I think that is confusing for voters. We've always had absentee voting. We have a new reason, or two new reasons to vote absentee, but now you have a third option, that's mail-in. And even statewide candidates, even the governor's committee is encouraging mail-in. Stay safe, vote by mail. It is a safe option. The important thing is to give voters options that they can stay safe, stay healthy while exercising their